All right, today is August 18th, 2013, Sunday afternoon, doing some analysis on some open trades. My name's Jerry Furst, and Investors Education Network bringing you some trade analysis. So we have four trades on. Uh, we have separate videos for each one. We have trades in gold, American Express, Disney, and the DIA ETF on the Dow 30. So let's take a look at the American Express trade. And so here's our chart of American Express. You can see that we have upper resistance over here at about 78, and we have lower support at 72. We've been going sideways, horizontal, for about 2 weeks now, trading right around the 75 range. And if you connect the lines, you see a triangle. Basically, what I've done is I've created alerts. I want to know if price is going to be breaking above this trend line. I'm going to take a position by buying some more calls. If we break below this line over here, I'm going to be taking a position where buying more puts. Currently, I am in a trade. Let's take a look at it. This is the current trade that I'm in. I'm in the September options where I have put on a vertical trade, vertical credit spread. I've sold 10 of the 77.50 calls, and I've bought 10 of the 80 calls. And so if I analyze this trade, you can see that I sold 10 for 80 cents, and I'm bought some protection up at resistance for 31 cents, saying that at expiration, if we stayed exactly where we are today, right in the mid-range, I'd be making approximately $455. I am putting $2,000 at risk on this trade. That would come out to a 22% yield for that uh, excursion. So let's take a look at, this is the risk reward graph. Typically I don't like risk reward graphs where I'm only going to make this much. Everything above the zero line is profit, everything below the zero line is loss. Um, However, I am expecting the markets to continue a downward slope, and so I do have a negative bias on the market, and because American Express is a finance company, I'm expecting that American Express will track the direction of the market. So that's my assumptions. Now, tomorrow is going to be Monday, August 19th. What happens if American Express decides to go up? Okay, well, if American Express decides to start moving up towards that 77.50 range, and it has an ATR of about $1.30 per day, so if it moves from about 75.20 to 76.50, I'll be losing about $325. But let's see, if I was to go ahead and buy some of the 75 calls, which are pretty much at the money. Let's say I was going to buy 6 of the 75 calls. Let's just analyze that by itself. And if I only want to make this as a day trade, so I'm going to day trade around a longer position. Okay, so let's say that on August 20th, with no change in volatility, let's say that we move up to 76.50, I'll be putting an extra $540 at risk to make approximately $380 if we were to move up about a dollar and change, $1.30 and change. So I'm prepared to go ahead and trade around this position where I've got the September vertical that I've sold for a credit, and if I was to combine these two trades together, this is what it would look like um, if I was to go ahead and say for August 20th, if we were to move up to 76.50, you'll see that the 675 calls that I'd buy, I'd make approximately $343. Notice the vertical I'd be losing some money on, but I'd be capturing a gain. Okay, so working around this vertical credit spread, I'll be buying and selling other options around it. So that's my plan if American Express goes up. What happens if American Express decides to move down? Well, in that case, I'm also prepared to trade around it because American Express has about $1.20 ATR. So let me go ahead and see what would happen if I was to buy 7 of the 75 puts. Okay, and this is using the option prices as of close Friday. So of course, if we have any gaps up or down plus time decay over the weekend, that will have to be taken into consideration. However, this is what it looks like at this time. And if we were to go ahead and continue to move down as I'm expecting, if I was to buy 7 of the weekly 475 puts, I'll be putting another $500 at risk on American Express, expecting potentially, where's my chart, where we could be dropping down to the, let's say, 73 range, because I want to make sure that we're actually breaking this trend line right here. So let's say that we were to drop down to 73. I would make approximately $989 on these 7 contracts, the 75 puts. So, so that's something that I'm looking at. So that's my American Express trade and the adjustments and trading around that I'm looking at doing. And any questions, send me an email, jerrybfurst@yahoo.com. Thank you, and we'll move on to the next video with the next trade.